Some of you may remember the trend years ago of rubber wristbands that many Christians wore. Those with the letters Wwjd, what would Jesus do? The idea was that at any moment the bracelet could remind us to live in a way that honoured Jesus, thinking and acting as he would. As helpful as they were, I often worried that I might misunderstand what Jesus would actually do, and I'd end up doing the opposite. And then there were times when I knew exactly what Jesus would do, yet still felt unable to follow through. Even so, these simple bracelets help many of us keep our focus on Christ, serving as quiet reminders throughout the day. Since the end of the COVID pandemic, I've been reflecting on how society has changed and how, for many people, the ways we encounter God has changed as well. My work with Mind the Gap Ministries and the small church I lead called The Underground is a response to some of these questions. I've been deeply involved in church life over the years and have benefited greatly from those experiences and the many people that I've journeyed with. But as I compare the church I once served with the pioneering work I'm doing now, I find myself returning to that same question. What would Jesus do? I hope I understand at least some of what he might be asking of me, and that I would be obedient enough to act upon it. One aspect that stands out to me is the way Jesus formed connections with others. He met people as he travelled, he spoke to crowds, he interacted with family, he answered the questions of those in authority, and of course he spent time with the 12 disciples. Each group was impacted by their encounter with him. What strikes me most is that apart from his own family, Jesus chose to invest deeply in just 12 men, sharing his life with them in a profound and intentional way. That reflection has caused me to think seriously about my own life and the people God has placed in it. Colleagues at work, church members, friends, and my wider family. When I take the question, what would Jesus do, and set it beside the example of his relationships, I find myself asking, who are the people I'm called to invest in? Who are the ones I'm meant to walk closely with? Now, I won't list them here, but I'm grateful that several names came to mind. People who know me well, who have walked with me through seasons of joy and difficulty, and who have allowed me to do the same for them. Looking back over my life, I'm humbled by the number of people who have stood with me during the ups and downs. And I truly hope others might say the same of me. It is this thought that has grown stronger in me. Following Jesus' example means investing intentionally in the small circle of relationships that truly shape us. We often think of changing the world in grand ways, but Jesus changed the world by pouring himself into just 12 people, deeply, consistently, sacrificially. What might happen if we did the same? What if we gave our time, our energy and our attention, our prayers and our presence to the ones closest to us? Not out of duty, but out of love. I believe the impact could be greater than we imagine. In a world that feels scattered and disconnected, perhaps the most powerful thing we can do is to build faithful, committed, Christ-shaped relationships with the few people God has entrusted to us.